The Season 2 update banned the Ram 7 and the SVA 545 from ranked play, leaving only the MCW, but then they nerfed the MCW. Now it takes 10% longer to ADS, and the sprint to fire speed got increased by 5%, which doesn't seem like much, but it completely changed the gun in the entire meta setup. So to make things simple, I got y'all the new pro player MCW setup for Season 2 of ranked play. So because of the massive mobility nerfs this gun got, I thought everyone was going to be adding the midnight barrel, because if we look at the detailed stats, you guys can see we get more damage range than when we add the cyclone long barrel, and we are going to get a mobility increase with only losing a little bit of our recoil control. But if you add this barrel, you'll notice when you shoot the gun at long range, it actually feels like unresponsive, like some shots that should hit actually don't hit the enemy. But if you go over and add the cyclone long barrel, the gun feels a lot more responsive. That's because of the bullet velocity increase. With the cyclone, we get 18% more. With the midnight, we only get 10% more. Yes, that 8% difference makes a drastic change to the weapon. Gaming requires intense focus, so you might think to use an energy drink, but that won't help you focus. That just keeps you awake. Which is why I drink Infused Focus by Valvidian. Their energy formula is specifically designed to help you focus and improve your memory. Seriously, before every session of Modern Warfare 3 ranked play, I crack one open and it heavily improves my skill and mood in game. Oh my god! So now our gun is going to feel a lot better and it's going to do more damage, but it's still going to be kind of hard to hit your shots at range, so we are going to be going over to the rear grip and we are going to be adding the RB Claw grip. This one is going to be giving us a lot of fire and aiming stability, which is the main reason we're actually adding this. And people don't realize how important fire and aiming stability is. That's basically like the overall shake when you're firing the gun. It's going to remove that shake, making it a lot more stable. Yes, the gun kick control and horizontal and vertical recoil control are important, but the fire and aiming stability, that's the main reason why people are going to be running this rear grip. So now the gun is going to be easier to use and it's going to do a lot more damage, but the mobility is still going to be pretty lackluster on the gun. It's going to feel pretty slow. So a lot of players were running the Phantom or the XR Cage, maybe the F-Tech MSP. These are all pretty good. Some players were running the hand stop, but now everyone's running the hand stop. The reason for that is because the gun feels a lot slower, so we need to make the gun feel a lot faster, which I know a lot of people are going to comment saying that the Phantom and the hand stop give us the same amount of handling. So if you are struggling to use the weapon, I would just use the Phantom, but a lot of the good players who move around the map and just need the extra mobility are going to be running the hand stop. It makes the weapon not feel as heavy. If you just had the Phantom, the gun feels a little bit like slow. With the hand stop, the gun feels a lot better. So now our gun is going to feel better, it's going to do more damage, and we get that recoil control. From here is when, if you want to be a little bit cheesy, the pro players have to run an optic. The gun is actually banned, like the iron sights on the gun are banned in the pro league because the gun is too good with the iron sights. Long range, it still is a little bit iffy, and so I still prefer to run an optic. The optic I like is the MK3 reflector, or you can add the slate reflector. There was a rumor going around saying that the reflector was a little bit bugged and like you would fire your gun and the bullets wouldn't go where you're aiming, but I think that's just a myth because I do very good with it and the pros are still running the reflector. Jesus. And so right here is like the main part of the build. Going to be personal preference from here. You could combine two of the options if you take off the optic. So what I like to do and what most people like to do is going to be adding a muzzle. This is going to be the L4R flash hider. This one is going to give us a lot of gun kick control. So for the recoil control, it goes like fire and aiming stability is the most important, gun kick control, and then recoil control. This one is going to give us gun kick control and recoil control, making the gun actually so much easier to use, and it's not going to, like, you know, the muzzle flash isn't going to be as like loud, and then we are losing a little bit of our ADS speed, and so that's where one of the variations are going to come into play, and I'll show you that in a little bit. The compensated flash hider is also a pretty good option, but it is banned from the pro league, I believe. This one is going to give you a lot of recoil control. We are actually going to have a faster ADS with this one, a 2% faster, but we are losing some of our bullet velocity, so the gun isn't going to feel as responsive, and that's why I prefer the L4R over this one. But you know, with the compensated, we do get fire and aiming stability, so at times with this one, it does feel like there's less recoil, but like I said, this one gives you recoil control and it's not going to hurt the bullet velocity. If you guys want to take a screenshot of my favorite MCW build, there you guys go. What you guys can also do, which is what other pro players are doing, just keep in mind ammunition is banned, so that's why, you know, there's no option there. You do not need a magazine. You guys can go over to the stock. Bro, I'm messing up the commentary a lot. So you guys can add the Warforged or the Precision Heavy. For me, I love the Precision Heavy. This one gives you a lot of aiming stability, which the aiming idle stability is going to make it so your sights don't sway as much, making it easier to hit the first shot. If you hit the first shot, that's when aim assist is going to help you, and your chances of winning the gunfire are drastically going to go up, and we get a lot of fire and aiming stability, which you guys all know how important fire and aiming stability is. And so this build is actually going to have like a lot of recoil control, and we're going to have a lot of mobility because we don't have a muzzle. Some players will take off the optic, then they'll go over and add the L4R flash hider, but that's a little bit cheesy. This build, you guys gotta try it out. Works very well on the small maps, but it is a little bit hard to hit your shots. That L4R flash hider actually helps so much, and so that's why I prefer to run that one. What you guys can also add is the Warforged. This one gives you fire and aim stability and gun kick control. Some players might think that it doesn't help you that much, but as you guys can see, we get a 17% increase to the recoil gun kick, and we are not going to lose any mobility, so you're going to move around the map a little bit quicker. This is another pro player build that a lot of people are running, is right here. Again, you could take off the reflector and then add the L4 flash hider. For me, and what most players are going to be running is going to be the L4 on there and this exact build. Which then for the rest of the build in rank play, we have to run the infantry vest. We have this Renetti on here. This is going to be the best Renetti class in my opinion. I see a lot of very good players run it. If you aren't that good at the game, you might want to add a magazine, but keep in mind that is G8 if you are trying to follow the GAs. Frag grenade is so clutch. I believe the Semtex is G8 in the pro leagues, but you can still run the Semtex in rank play. But the frag is very helpful. You can like basically throw it farther. You can get timed explosions. Like if the enemies are on the objective, you can cook the nade, throw it into the objective, and have it blow up right when it reaches the objective, making it like a very good lethal. Trophy system is usually the go-to for the MCW. Marksman gloves are usually the go-to as well, so when the enemies shoot at you, your screen isn't going to shake as much and you're going to have less sway. Ordnance gloves are very clutch. You can throw everything farther. If the enemies throw a nade at you, I believe it resets the fuse on the grenade, so you can cook it back and throw it at them and they don't expect that. Plus you can throw like your equipment a lot faster. Like if you need to get the trophy system down with the ordnance gloves, you can really throw it fast. It is so underrated. Overall though, I usually run the marksman, covert sneakers so they don't hear my footsteps, and then EOD so I don't have to worry about nades. Now let's get into the crazy Scump gameplay. Ladies and gents, we're back doing a breakdown with the MCW. A lot of you guys liked it when I did the rival, when I was reviewing Scump's gameplay with the rival. Now we're going to be doing that with the MCW. Right there's a great hop. All the enemies are going to be coming through gas, so he hopped up on those sandbags, tried to get the crossover. A is a lot more difficult to get than B is, and so that's why all of them are going over to A first. But it looks like the enemies really have control of A, so there's no point to keep on pushing A, keep losing your life, so that's why they're going over to B. B's a lot easier to capture. You always want to look at the kill feed when you're doing this, because the kill feed will tell you everything. If you get 3 kills, that means 3 guys are spawning in, so that means you have time to capture the objective. And you need to look at the kill feed so you know how aggressive you can play or how slow you should be playing. If the enemies just killed you, like right here, they don't really have any kills, so they need to play slower. Right there, they just got 3 kills. You guys can see Maniac with the double bows got the 1, so now they know 3 of the enemies are going to be spawning far away. This is the time to get control and capture B. They're going to be looking at the hotspots where the enemies are spawning. It takes a long time for the enemies to flank, and so there's a good chance they're not going to be flanking, and it looks like the enemies did give them B. The enemies don't want to waste their lives trying to get them off B when A is way easier to defend. Right here, the reason Scump is going into their spawn is because the enemies spawn on gas and to the way of right of gas, but if Scump is here, that means the enemies are going to spawn farther away, giving Scump's teammates time to hop on the objective and get some time on the objective. This is called spawning them out. Scump right now is spawning them out of gas. One of them gets over to gas, and then I believe Scump gets picked up right here, and that's a really big kill on the enemy because now the enemy's teammates can spawn in gas, they can push through gas, there's less like, you know, stuff blocking them. It's kind of like a river, like a creek, and you want to be like a rock in the creek and just disrupt the flow of the enemies coming into the enemy. Wait, that sounds horrible. Why did I say that? Coming into the objective, and that sounds even worse. I'm gonna drink some Valvidian. I gotta lock it in. Code Cbass 20% off. Game changer drink. I'm not even selling out. I could have sold out. Could have took a bigger sponsor by G Fuel. I took to get a smaller bag because I like the Valvidian products. Insane drink. You can't knock it till you try it. Code Cbass 20% off. Okay, the quality really isn't that good, but you guys can kind of see what they're doing. He's trying to get them out. He's trying to clear it out because all the enemies have a lot of kills, so he doesn't know where the enemies are at. The enemies kind of know where Scump is at in a way because they got a lot of kills, so they know that Scump's in the cafe or AS&D. Scump gets 2 right there. That's big, but the enemy cleans him up, so now the enemies are spawning in. Doesn't really matter. Scump's team needs to get like about 2 kills, so then they can start to make a move on the objective.
AS&D dead.
So now they know AS and D is clear. The enemies have to be on the point, maybe mannequin. One spawning in. The time is about to run out, so the enemies know that, you know, they gotta start pushing the objective. The enemy's not pushing the objective, but they know that Scump and his team are. And they got the picks, so they're going to be losing this round. And you might think that they're going to be losing entirely, but they make an insane comeback. Nade shot with the 2 kills, going crazy.
We just gotta start. We could single hop the point and start the cap. It's just
also when Scump was running through in Cafe, he was checking all the corners. A lot of time I forget to check corners. Always check your corners. It is game changer. Also, leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. I don't think anyone else has done these breakdowns. We're trying to stand down the community in a way. The content's still kind of repetitive, you know, class setups and things, so I do need to evolve more. But this is step 1 in evolving.
Oh my god, they're all A. Whole squad.
Yeah, see, they're all going A. I actually like it when more players go over to A. Actually, it looks like no, it's only 2 of Scump's teammates went over to A. I think it's honestly, I feel weird critiquing the Optic Dynasty, but I think it's better to have 2 people go A street, 1 guy go middle, 1 guy go B.
1 shot on the street. 1 shot. White car.
Because if the enemies get A, that's not good at all. B is pretty easy to capture. So he knows that players usually go A street, so that's why he checked A street first. He checked that left corner. He knows the enemy has to be on the right side. The enemy's shooting bodies, goddamn. I think that's why Scump started to go crazy and dropped 46. A lot of us will watch things like this. We'll be like, okay, we need to check corners. Oh, that's a good line of sight. We need to do that. And then you go in game and you don't do any of that. So try to do this stuff in your game, but don't think too much in your game. Like if you start thinking about your aim in game, you know, you're going to start missing shots because a lot of it's just muscle memory and just having confidence. The enemies capture B and they already have 1 tick on A. That's not too good, but Scump is knocking down their lives a little bit. He gets taken out. It's neck and neck right here. Not looking good whatsoever. Bose is trying to get control of AS and D, and they know all the enemies are going to be spawning in the palace, so that's why they got to get them out of middle map and get them to spawn in the palace so they can start getting the spawn traps. And okay, so I know the video, the new pro one is over, the hand stop. This is an older gameplay. But the class doesn't necessarily matter too much. It's about your game sense. Scump could use a horrible gun and still be able to do very good in rank play because of the game sense. A lot of people think it's just about the gun. No, it's about your game sense. The game sense is everything. So 1 guy's trying to push through because he wants to get Scump's team to spawn out. He's trying to make them spawn out. Maniac gets a huge kill, kills that guy out of the spawn. So that means 2 are dead. So Scump knows 2 are alive. He doesn't know where those 2 players are. Sees 1 in the objective. He knows 2 are spawning in. 1 guy's on the objective. He doesn't know where the 4th guy is.
He's like our back gas area.
Yeah, see, they're trying to figure out where he's at. That's why you got to look at the kill feed. Super important. Remember the names. If you killed 3 players, but you didn't kill Thug, you know Thug's somewhere around the map. If you kill Thug, you know that you got control of the map again. That's why they're like, oh, Thug is alive. Riley Reed's alive. Abella Danger, Clapper, she's alive. Bro, I'm like 23, but I still have a mind of a child. The enemies get 2 picks. The enemies know that this is their time to hop on the objective. 3 are dead. This is not good. The enemies are on the objective, and they know that everyone's spawning in, and they just got to keep them out of spawn. That kill was actually huge.
Come on.
I'm surprised the enemies actually haven't captured it yet.
We're not fine.
So now, they gotta make a reverse sweep. Yo, Nade with the 4 kills? Okay, Nade. I see you. Skip is so upset right now. Which a lot of people hate on Nade. But he was like, he was a pro player, you know? He was so good, he got that famous. Like, you only know about him because of how good he was in the pro league. Unless you're newer to the scene and you just know that he's the owner of 100 Thieves. Bro, my nose is so itchy. God damn, dude. They're all going over to A.
Oh, watch out.
Great nades. Great starts to the reverse sweep. You know, someone usually sits behind there, so he's using the fire car as cover. As a cover on the right side, challenges the guy on the left, and then uses the car as more cover to get that guy. They're trying to get some picks. If they kill 2 more players, that's 4 dead. They all hop on the objective. Easy stack. And then they spawn close to the B, so might as well go over to B and, you know, slow down the clock. Sometimes, you know, you'll have everyone going over to A, but then you'll be on B to, like, slow down the clock, but that's, like, very niche. Scump doesn't really know where they're at, so he's just predicting where he thinks they're going to challenge.
I'm on B.
He knows that the enemies probably won't come through mid-cut because his teammates over by A. Given his teammates did die, so they could be coming through mid-cut now. Teammate in the back looks like he's trying to get information over middle.
I got him. I'm weak from that. No,
A lot of time you're playing for information. Always look at the radar. You can see when the enemies fire their gun.
Be down one
Just
shot.
hop on the window.
Yeah, be down, grab
I
it.
got you.
He sees on the radar that people are at mid-cut, so that's why he was looking over there.
I got that shit. I got it.
Scump with the clutch right
Give
there.
it a second.
White truck. Let's see this.
He sees one in mid-cut. Now he knows 3 players have to be somewhere else. He sees one guy on the radar on deep A street. That guy on deep A street is trying to make it so people spawn, like Scump's team spawns deep palace. And it's easy to spawn shot from there. But it looks like he pushed back over the middle because he knew that he needed some kills to get them to spawn back there. 2 are dead. So now it's like 2-2. They're trying to stop the clock. Get him maybe a tick on there.
I got one.
And rugs, and rugs.
Oh, and he took one out. So that's actually huge because I think they... Oh, no, they don't get a tick there. But the clock was stopped, which is good. So now Scump doesn't... He got one.
Rugs dead.
Nade shot gets a 2. So now the 3 are dead.
In between rugs and red.
And then they all get picked up. So now it got reset.
Always wanted to shoot you in the fucking back.
Well, the enemies actually... They only got 2 kills. So they're looking for the other 2 teammates in the spawn. Those guys were going through the spawn. Maybe they can push in, get some kills, spawn the enemies out. He's playing with bows. Play with your teammates. That's always a super helpful thing. Oh, crazy wallbang right there. You can wallbang anything in this game. Unless they're behind a chair. You can never wallbang chairs. He knows the enemies usually come from over there, so that's why he's pre-aiming that. That's a part of like rinse and repeat of just playing the game a lot. It's like learning where the enemies come from, and you got to remember that. So he's playing on the tank. The enemies are going to be kind of spawning farther away. He's just trying to play his life. He's trying to stay alive. He's trying to be a nuisance. He wants to be annoying. He doesn't want the enemies to know where he's at. He wants the enemies to run around looking for him rather than just defending the objective. Right here, they've been fragging out. They were getting a lot more kills. Nade got more than 2 kills, so it looks like they're actually going to win the round. 7-3 now. They should be able to win this. Sometimes the enemies will win, though, so don't just run out there thinking that you're going to win. Know you're going to win, but, you know, do the right thing.
The last coward.
In the back of the spawn, just laying down.
He's just going to hop on the clock. Sometimes you want to get more ticks. Right there, I'm surprised they didn't just want to get more ticks. Because when they win the next round, whoever has the most ticks will basically be on defense because defense is a lot easier. So if your team has less ticks and it's 2-2, you're going to be on offense the next round. If both teams have an even amount of ticks, then it's whichever team has the most kills will be on defense, if that makes sense.
They might all rush A again.
Again, if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe with the noties on. Unless you don't like me, then you can leave a dislike and block the channel. Scum knows that everyone's going to probably be going over to A, so that's why he went up middle. He's trying to get cafe control, AS&D control. Teammates are fragging out. That was huge for the teammates to get a kill. Scum knows that everyone's going to be going over to B now because since... Yeah, I actually knew someone was on there and he got a nasty turn on. Goddamn. Goddamn.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Oh, off spawn, one off spawn.
Bose went on that white truck because he saw Scump get a double, so he's like, oh, 2 guys got to be spawning in Palace, so I'm going to sit on the truck and try to get a kill, which I think he got 1 kill. The enemy's got 3 kills, so now they know, okay, we can push up. Bro, Scump is almost like me at the game. Let me know who else I should react to in the future. Or if these suck, or if these are good. He's just trying to stay alive. He doesn't want to lose a bunch of lives. That was a crazy nade. Nice IQ. Oh, top rope and got him. That was big. Because now the enemies are hopping on B, and he has to hope that bows and stuff gets him off B. They'll probably give them B, and they're just going to play the exits, which basically means, like, play the routes that the enemies are going to go after they capture the objective. Because, you know, they're on the objective, then they got to run away, so you can kind of catch them running away and get the lives up. So now, if they don't defend A, they lose the game. That was a huge kill. If he didn't get that kill, Nasty would have been in their spawn, and he would have done some nasty things to them.
They're gonna cross.
One's on the street. One's on the street.
There's one in our base somewhere.
Get on it.
Go on. Got 1 shot.
Bro, it's sorry to sound like a sellout. That drink is so good.
1 shot in our base.
Not better than a coconut Red Bull, though. Coconut Red Bull's better. This one you focus more. Coconut Red Bull just gets me really shaky. And, like, I'm awake, but I'm not, like, focused. I'm just shaky as fuck.
I think this guy's going left, left street.
Our
15 to 16. Minute left. Scump is going crazy.
Yeah, weak on it. One's on A.
If he gets this kill, this is big because that guy's spawning them out. He's making them spawn farther away.
Dude, I cannot.
That guy was eating. Eating. Oh my god. So Scump is trying to get them out of the spawn because he wants them to be in front of him. He doesn't want them to be behind and in front.
Oh, he's front. He's front.
Okay, you got
Guys,
everything.
weakest spot.
Front. I'm running.
Nice.
Huge kill. He's got the cruise missile. Another crazy kill. Scump's controlling the match like crazy. That's how you got to use the MCW.
Nice one.
He's getting kills, so he knows where the enemies are going to be at. The enemies don't really know where Scump's at because they're dying by him. Scump could be anywhere. He knows that the enemies are going to be in Palace. That's why he's looking over at Palace. He's using tank as a heady. He's looking at where his teammates are. He sees teammates are watching A Street. He has a teammate on B, so he's like, I'm going to sit in middle. So then they're covering all lanes. You don't all want to be looking at the same area. You want to play with your team, but you don't want to be looking at the same spot. Bo is getting kills. Scump is getting kills. The enemies can't really leave the spawn. One guy's... Yeah, this is perfect. Crazy setup. 13-2. The enemies are shaking. Oh my god, Scump.
One shot.
Bro, he almost got that kill too. What streak was that? What streak is he on? I didn't even realize that he was streaking up this crazy. Because I saw clips of this. He's on a 10 right now. The 11? Bro, the 11 in these lobbies is crazy. It's all game sense. Literally, well, a lot of mechanics too, but
God!
game sense is crazy. Bro, 38?
That 150 out of you right here, right
Yeah! Dude, I just went on a fucking crazy streak at the end.
Oh my
Crazy.
god, dude. The most I've seen someone drop in control in like a higher up lobby is Havoc, and he with an SMG. That was my last rival video. I would definitely check out that video if you're trying to get better,
Got a cruise?
and just watch these players. But I think it's good to like watch another good player, watch the really good players. Like these guys are way better than me. But Havoc dropped 50 on high rise. It was crazy. Okay. So 2 of them are going B, 2 of them are going A, just to be unpredictable. Because if they all go A and then they die,
Stun here?
it's a little bit weird. Actually, okay, so this is the part where I was lacking in skill. I didn't read the play that 2 are going to middle to be able to kill the people out of Mannequin and Cafe, while 2 people are going up A Street. They're just flooding in and just killing them from all angles. So that was like a good play by them.
He's wallbang?
Instead of everyone just running down A Street. If everyone's running down A Street, my armpit's really itchy. But the enemies could go into Cafe, could go middle, and then just, you know, side cut them. So that's why they were avoiding that. He's doing the cruise. You don't always use the cruise for kills. You use it for information. A lot of time I miss cruises and I'm like, oh, I'm such a shit player. But then I see Scump miss an easy kill with the cruise and it just gives me confidence again. And because of that lineup that they had, they controlled everything. They're sitting on A and they got the capture, which now they captured A, which the enemies are going to be a little bit panicking because B is a lot easier to capture. Right there, I think Scump is on a... So it's a 3rd kill. It doesn't save the kill streak from last one. So he's on a 15 right now. He's on a 15 in this lobby. That's crazy. A lot of players watching this video even can't even do that in a regular lobby. He just went on a 15 gun streak. I just bit my lip. 2016. This is looking very good for Scump's team. Everyone's dead, so he needs to get a pick before he pushes forward. He needs to get more information. The enemies have information where Scump's team is. Scump gets 1, he can push up a little bit. He knows there's 3 more somewhere. He gets 2. 2 of them are spawning in now. 1 guy's already kind of pushing up. That's the guy I'm pretty sure that Scump killed before. And they're looking at the kill feed. They got to remember the people. Oh, yo, that was nasty. We got to look at that again. Pistol. Bro. He checks. Oh, he looks at the radar. He's checking corners and he's looking at the radar. Watch. See on the radar? He knows someone's over there. He gets the kill. And then just sees that guy and boom. And now they got 4 dead. 4 dead, so Scump's whole team can hop on the objective. The enemies have to, you know, push it from this area. They got a crazy setup. The teammate over here is kind of trying to spawn them farther away, being a nuisance.
I can't get up.
Dark.
Scump knows they're going to be in DVD. Oh, teammate got them from mid-cut. Scump's in a little bit of a weird spot. Yeah, that spot wasn't too good. Bo's going crazy. We got Nate shot probably soaking the time, I'm assuming. 14-4. Looks like that's going to wrap it up.
Composure, gentlemen.
That ping is insane, and that game sense is insane. You guys can see why he is a insane player. 46 kills. Goddamn. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.